In today's news, protesters rally again against governor's decision on Royal Virgin Islands police force. Governor seeks to clarify decision after pending commissioner swap. TCI MP praises BVI leaders and calls for resilience ahead, and George's Hollow Road to reopen on Monday. These and more stories when To It For News returns.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
We mash the gas, them bite the dust. We set the speed while they gathering rust. Inside we heart BVI come first, so please don't be fooled cause they not like us. Once we mash the gas, them bite the dust, cause we always fast and we always fuss. If you want real speed, you know who to trust. Somebody better tell them they're not like who? They're not like us. CCT fast, like CCT fast, like CCT just generosity, love the community bad, like CCT fast with the 5G, cause BVI is we.
Welcome to the Friday, November 14th edition of 284 News. I am Jacka Wooding Donovan, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. A peaceful protest unfolded on Friday as planned, with a number of residents, including Premier Dr. Natalia Wheatley and ministers of the government of the Virgin Islands, gathering to voice their objections to Governor Daniel PRUCE's decision to have Jacqueline Vanterpool return to her substantive position as Deputy Commissioner of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. Demonstrators marched holding placards reading "Say no to racism, say no to sexism, Governor PRUCE must go, and we stand with Jackie." Messages that highlighted mounting public frustration and claims of bias surrounding the leadership change. At the front of the protest was public commentator Claude Skelton-Klein, who joined participants in calling for greater transparency and accountability in decisions affecting the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. Governor Daniel PRUCE has dismissed as completely false allegations that racism or sexism influenced his decision to replace Acting Commissioner Jacqueline Vanterpool as head of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. More in this report. In a recent video statement released Friday, Governor Daniel PRUCE addressed mounting public concern over his decision related to the leadership of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. At the center of the drama is outgoing Acting Commissioner Jacqueline Vanterpool, who has served in that role for over a year, and the nominee to replace her on an interim basis, Richard Alger. Governor PRUCE affirmed the move was taken in the best interest of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, saying it does not reflect any form of racial or gender bias. He also emphasized that Alger has been cleared of any wrongdoing by the United Kingdom National Crime Agency and that his appointment is temporary.
My decisions are, and always will be, driven by one priority, and that is improving public safety and security in these islands. Claims that my decision is rooted in racism or sexism are completely false. Thirdly, I should note that last Thursday, in the interest of transparency, I explained that I had nominated Richard Alger former Commissioner of Police in the UK Overseas Territory of Gibraltar, for the role of Interim Acting Commissioner. I've sought the advice of the Police Service Commission on that nomination in line with the usual constitutional process. His appointment, if confirmed, would be temporary. He would serve as Interim Acting Commissioner of Police for a limited period. I have not nominated Richard Olger to be the new permanent commissioner. I know there have also been reports about allegations made against Richard Olger while he was Commissioner of Police in Gibraltar. But I should note that a review conducted at the time by the UK's National Crime Agency found no supporting evidence for those allegations. And then my fourth and final point is to confirm that the process for appointing a permanent Commissioner of Police is separate from all of these matters and remains ongoing.
PRUCE says he understands the feelings of the residents towards the matter, citing that he has a duty to the Constitution to protect the security of the Virgin Islands, and the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force faces a, quote, challenging environment that warrants additional resilience.
The RVIPF itself is operating in a challenging environment. Many of those challenges, including an increasingly complex criminal landscape, alongside the need for internal reform, were identified in the Law Enforcement Review earlier this year. Also, earlier this year, we launched a process to vet all police officers. This is essential. It's essential to protect and support officers, essential to build public trust, and also to foster partnerships across agencies. In my view, it's vital to the longer-term success of the organisation. It's also a key part of my overall pledge to ensure that the RVIPF is a properly resourced, highly professional and fully vetted force, one which enjoys the trust and the confidence of everyone here in the Virgin Islands.
Citing changes to the challenges faced by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force and the role of the acting commissioner, he saw it fit to make a change.
In these circumstances, I felt I had a duty to take steps to assure the efficient administration of the RVIPF. My view was that the best route to this was to move Acting Commissioner Vanterpool back to her substantive role of Deputy Commissioner.
The announcement has sparked protests and criticism within the territory. Demonstrations and calls for accountability suggest that, for many, the move is symbolically linked to themes of colonial oversight, local representation, and equity in leadership. In closing, the governor thanked the men and women of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force for their service and said he plans to meet with them again in the near future. Up next, TCI MP praises BVI leaders and calls for resilience ahead, and George's Hollow Road to reopen on Monday. These and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
My name is Henry Bosch. I work for PPG. I'm here to explain to you the use of the Deltron NXT paint line and Enviro-based high performance, one being solvent-borne and the next being water-borne. The difference is that one is totally manufactured with rosins and thinners and all the good stuff that solvents bring versus our new technology, which is water-borne, which is 100% latex. What we're gonna do is that we reduce the solvent-borne with a DT885, which is a mid-temp reducer, and the waterborne uses T494, which is a waterborne reducer. We will today be using either DCU 2042, which is a speed clear, or we will be using DCU 2021, which is a classic. We have here our equipment. We have 8-ounce measuring cups, and we also have our 32-ounce mixing cup. We will also have with us our Venturi. This is a blower for us to dry the waterborne paint, which speeds up the process. The good thing about waterborne paint is that as soon as it evaporates, you're good to go. So now Gilligan will dilute the waterborne paint with the waterborne reducer. We made 8 ounces, that would be 1.6 ounce. It always has to be properly mixed until we get an even mixture within the paint mixing cup. So when we spray, we want to see uneven coats of color. So right now we're filling our paint gun with 8 ounces of diluted paint. We're gonna see how far 8 ounces will take us. Waterborne paint seems to look blotchy on your first coat. Don't pay no mind to that. Don't try to achieve full coverage on your first spray. Excellent. Let it dry. So the process in waterborne is 2 even coats, and then we have what we call a dust coat. Well, now we're gonna have Mr. Brown apply the first coat of clear on his waterborne panel. We'll let it flash off, and then he'll come back and coat it with his second coat to finish it off. As you had seen in the previous shots, we had a little blotchiness, and you'll see some patches. That's all due on purpose to sandpaper to prove that with Enviro-based high performance, all technicians, the body work has to end at 800 grit or plus. Well, Enviro-based is like we're trying to shift everyone into that slowly but surely. The entire west coast of the United States and all of Canada has already been on waterborne for the past 10 years. And now soon it'll be the eastern seaboard, which covers the Caribbean. So when that happens, we'll all be affected. So it's best to start now, start trying and applying waterborne, because eventually everyone will be on it. And referring to technicians, it's less harmful because it doesn't have all the toxic chemicals that solvent-borne paints do.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Turks and Caicos parliamentarian Erika Misik praised the Virgin Islands' 75 years of legislative history as a testament to the courage, unity, and continued pursuit of self-determination, while she delivered keynote remarks that honored past and present leaders who shaped the territory's governance and development. Elected member for Leeward and Long Bay in the Turks and Caicos Islands, Akira Misik, has emphasized the significance of the British Virgin Islands legislature's 75th anniversary as a celebration of bold expertise, collective faith, and the enduring conviction of self-determination. Misik was the keynote speaker at a recognition ceremony last week. She honored past leaders including Hamilton Lavity Stout, Willard Wheatley, Ralph T. O'Neill, Dr. Orlando Smith, and current leaders such as Dr. Natalia Wheatley and the current speaker, Corinne George Massacott, in highlighting their contributions to governance, education, infrastructure, and institutional development. The TCI MP also stated that they not only honor their past, but they stood poised at the threshold of the future.
The Virgin Islands today face global change, climate pressures, and rapid technological shifts. TCI does too. We're not special. The question that lies before you, Virgin Islands, is not whether you will adapt, but how you will lead. You have made a statement of your intent in your National Sustainable Development Plan and Vision 2036. These documents are more than artifacts. Don't let them get dusty on the shelf. They are invitations to new possibility. They tell us that progress must walk hand in hand with preservation, economic opportunity, must respect natural heritage, and that every young person here must claim a stake in this territory's destiny. Sustainable development means investing in renewable energy, in homes and schools built to resilience, in marine-based economics and economies that safeguard the sea as much as they utilize it. It means creating a government that is transparent, efficient, and accessible. It means providing our youth not only with education and training, but with empowerment and purpose. And of course, these are the same things that I have to remind myself of what I have to deliver for the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. And in this work, we must never forget the truth. Trouble does not define us. How we respond to trouble defines us.
The TCI MP stated that one thing is certain, the storms and institutional setbacks will come, and it calls for them to pivot and address them.
They are invitations to rebuild smarter, to stand firmer, and chart Boulder. We all know well, too well, the ravages of hurricane and the economic chaos of crisis. But we also know of recovery models, of citizens, BV Islanders, who refuse defeat, and of institutional reform in the fire of adversity. The example of this territory reminds me, and hopefully you, that resilience is not born of calm seas, it is forged in the tempests. So tonight, I invite you all, past, present, future, because I hope I'm talking to some future legislators in the audience, public servants, community leaders, entrepreneurs, young men, young women, children, to embrace these three commitments. First commitment, to resilient infrastructure. The storms are going to continue to come. There is no way around it until we get some sort of agreement from the larger nations to tackle climate change from their end. So our infrastructure must be even more resilient than it currently is, so that every building, every road, every bridge, every power system must embody the knowledge of past storms and anticipate the storms to come. Second, and I think this is the most important one, we must commit to our Virgin Islanders' human potential to develop education, innovation, entrepreneurship, and leadership. We must equip all Virgin Islanders, not just for the world of today, but for the world of tomorrow, that I hope you will take a seat in leading.
Meanwhile, after weeks of construction, Georges Hollow Road is set to reopen on Monday, November 17th. More in this report. Motorists in the Seacoast Bay area can expect smoother travel next week as George Hallows Road is set to officially reopen to vehicular traffic on Monday, November 17th. The roadway, which runs from Seacoast Bay well through to Paul Watley Road, has now been fully completed. The announcement was made Friday by communications specialist for the Ministry of Communications and Works, Dean Greenaway, who confirmed that all works on the thoroughfare have been wrapped up and the route is ready for public use.
The Ministry of Communication and Works is advising the motoring public that works in Georges Hollow, which consisted of road expansion and the erection of a retaining wall, has finally been completed after pouring of concrete on Thursday. The concrete is now in the curing process, and the Ministry of Communication and Work announces that the road will be open on Monday, and residents coming from the west via Seacoast Bay over the hill can now use the road.
The reopening is expected to restore normal traffic patterns following months of construction and rehabilitation efforts. Communications and Works Minister Kai RYMER has still been unable to give a cost of the Hodges Creek Parakeeta Bay Road, which has been under construction for just about a year. The project was expected to last for 4 months. During a recent press conference, RYMER said the project is currently about 90% completed.
We're about wrapping up with the road. I can't get back to you with the cost for the road. We are waiting to just put in a culvert. We're waiting for a sewage connection at the Hodges Creek Marina area, and then we'll be able to do the asphalting for the main surface. Then we'll be working on the drainage for the earthen drains on the side. But I would say it's 90% completed. We're in discussion now as to we know the contractor requested another road closure, but we were working to see how we can have an alternative means of installing the drainage there. Unfortunately, we are still here, but we're at the end of the project. And in terms of the cost, I will have to get back to you, Minister.
Up next, BERTIE captures the experience of DEMA 2025 as a BVI tourism ambassador and other stories after this quick break.
Life is unpredictable, and when a storm is coming, having a plan can make all the difference.
We need a plan in case of a hurricane. Everyone, let's work together on this.
This is where we go in case if we need to evacuate. This is safe away from flood zones.
I will use this room as our secure space if we have to stay home.
Don't forget to save our local contacts and also our off-island contacts.
Right, and we need to have a plan for our pets too. They can't go to shelters, so we need a safe place for them.
In case we get separated, we should have a meeting spot. How about the community center?
That's good, and we can leave a note there too.
I feel safe knowing we have a plan.
With a plan, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're taking control of the situation. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Welcome back and thank you so much for sticking with us. BVI Tourism Ambassador Alton Bertie showcased the British Virgin Islands at the 2025 DEMA show this week, sharing his experiences from the BVI booth through a series of videos posted to his Facebook page. Here's a look.
Welcome to the BVI booth. We're at DEMA 2025 in Orlando, representing the BVI. Not just diving, but everything else, including resorts. So we have like resorts here, we have diving, you name it, all sorts of stuff. So, yeah.
So, Alton here wanted me to talk about our trip to the BVI's this past summer. We were on a cat, about a 60-foot catamaran, and we did some really great dives. A great dive you got to do is the Rhone. It's a wreck. It's a slow steamship wreck. It's broken in two parts. You've got to do that dive. It's very colorful. A lot of fish are attracted to that site, so you can get some fantastic shots, especially if you have a nice camera. Or if you don't, if you have a video camera or a GoPro, you get some excellent shots there. So I would recommend going to the BVI, not only just to see the island, but dive a little bit while you're there.
So guys, you've been traveling the world. Where did you start on your adventure?
We started dive number 1 at the RMS Rome with Dive BVI.
And best shipwreck ever?
Best shipwreck ever. Best shop ever. Highly recommend.
I love that. High five on that.
Yeah, don't tell the other.
Yeah.
We have flown 100,000 miles, 62 flights, and we've gone around the world 4 times.
These guys love diving. Let's go diving.
Welcome to the BVI booth at DEMA 2025 in Orlando. We're here to answer all your questions. We have a very diverse team. We're entertaining. The BVI is the sailing capital of the world. But of course, you're not just going to sail in the BVI. You're going to come to party, eat food, dive, and enjoy nature at its best.
Hey there, my name is Joe, and I'm here at Nemo Power Tools booth. We are at DEMA 2025. Nemo Power Tools, these are the only waterproof power tools on the market. The only waterproof tools that can go submergible down a 50-meter steep. These were invented out of a request from the Navy. So our engineer who invented the technology had a request from the Navy to go down really deep in the water, do work with a lot of power. a drill was born, and then we decided let's open it up to a full line of power tools. So these tools are used for a lot of commercial divers, coral reef restoration, dock workers, down at the marina if you own a boat doing boat work. A lot of cool stuff. So come check it out, nemopowertools.com.
So, thank you so much for coming back. Why did you decide to join us again?
Oh, because we have such a great time every time we travel to the British Virgin Islands. It's actually one of our favorite places to travel to.
And why?
Well, we've done multiple trips, and we've done them sailing throughout the British Virgin Islands, as well as staying on Tortola and VRVO. We've gone and stayed on Yost multiple times, and stayed at Soggy Dollar, and we stayed at Ivan's Guest House.
You know more
which
about
was
the BVI
wonderful.
than I do.
I don't know about that, but it is one of our favorite places, mostly because it's very uncommercialized, and the people are so friendly, so welcoming. They go above and beyond to make you happy. Their service is always with a smile. It's beautiful. I mean, the nights you can see the stars in the skies. The water is so clear. I've never had a bad experience ever there. I mean, it is my go-to. If someone asks me where I want to go tomorrow, that's where I want to go. So
All right, Stacey, thank you so much. And we're looking forward to having you back on Q&A.
Me too. I'm so
July.
excited about this trip. So, and everybody that's going is really pumped about it. So it's going to be a fun time.
Thank you very much, and thanks for stopping by at
You're welcome.
DEMA.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for finally getting to meet you.
Yeah, face to face.
Well, BVI's hold a very special place in my heart. I had the good fortune of living on Virgin Gorda for over 7 years. My daughter was from there. I have wonderful friends and family still on the island. And the memories that I have of going over the island from Spanish Town to North Sound with my daughter, singing Baby Beluga as we would drive over the island. It's a very, very special place. I love it. It's part of my home in my heart. And I wish that everyone can go experience the beauty of nature's little seafood.
So this is Mike. Mike, I would say, is a diving superstar, legend.
Thank you very much.
He's here with us at the BVI booth in DEMA. Now, let me tell you, I've been doing this about 3 years now, and everybody comes to our booth just to see this guy. This guy is a legend. So tell us about yourself, Mike.
Well, good gracious. After that introduction, that's really difficult to boost myself up anymore. So I started diving as a teenager, and cut a long story short, migrated to the British Virgin Islands about 22 years ago. My wife and I started Sail Caribbean Divers, and fortunately the company's still going strong. I'm a PADI course director, and over the years we've trained a number of scuba instructors in the islands and thousands of tourists that pass through our facility and through the British Virgin Islands. Wonderful place to learn to dive, enjoy recreational diving, wreck diving. It's just one of the nicest places I've been to in my life.
Amazing, amazing. We're glad to have you because, like I said, Mike is a legend. I mean, all the top people in the diving industry and stuff come to our booth to see this guy.
Yeah, you're
so
pushing it.
he's very good for the country.
Thank you for those accolades. Come see me. Come see me at booth 1033, I think we're at. Is that right? Yeah, good deal.
All right.
Thank you, folks.
And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates and like us on Facebook at 284 Media and 284 BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I am Jacques Wooding Donovan, and I will see you again next week. So have yourself a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye.